Hey everyone, how are we doing today? I am doing perfectly fine, and by fine I mean absolutely awful. Thank you so much for asking. I really do appreciate it. But that's not what we're here to talk about yet. Anyway, so today I am building in The Sims 4. Yes, I am doing another speed build. It has been a hot minute since my last one in March. That is because I didn't get many views on my last one. I'm probably not going to get many views on this one, but here we go. So it kind of, put me off doing videos in general for a while, not gonna lie, but especially speed builds. But I'm back because I cannot think of a different topic to do for this video, and I thought if we're going to be building a new thing, why not build it in the lovely new world of Chestnut Ridge. And I am doing what I love doing best. I have built a wedding venue for Chestnut Ridge because I don't know, I think Chestnut Ridge just needs its own themed wedding venue, and this one's themed after a barn style. A barn is essentially supposed to be a barn conversion. Actually, funnily enough, the barn, even though it's supposed to be like, the whole American Western style thing, the barn I based off, like the real world one, was actually a Welsh one, funnily enough. It's just a really nice thing. I'll try and see if I can remember the name, and I don't know, link it in the comments down below. I don't know, maybe one of you guys is wanting to get married soon, in which case it's perfect. And if you're in Wales, it might be the perfect venue for you. Who the fuck knows? Anyway, I'm sorry if I sound really nervous and stuttery today. I do have a minor stutter. It comes and goes, mostly when I'm stressed. And my darlings, I am stressed out, and I am sorry. I am about to trauma dump on you. Not like trauma dump, like I have daddy issues and this is why. Not that kind of not that kind of trauma dump. Basically, I am a little bit stressed out right now because I am technically unemployed. That's right, your girl does not have a job or any source of income. It's really depressing. And do you want to know why I don't have a job or any source of income? It's because I was a stupid numpty and decided that I would try and find a new job. So what I did was I found a new job. They hired me. I put in my 4 weeks notice at my current job. I worked my four weeks notice, and then I showed up for my new job. And after a week of working there, they sat me down in a meeting and they said, Meg, I'm really sorry, we're going to have to let you go. I just don't think, I think this is best for both parties if we let you go. I don't know what the fuck that means, my darlings. I really don't. That was literally the only reasoning they gave. Yeah, so it's really stressful now because I'm like, great, it's not all the best for me though, because now I need to find a source of money because it's going to be embarrassing trying to get my old job back. And frankly, I don't want to. There's a reason why I left my old job. It wasn't an awful place to live, but it wasn't exactly a shitty job. Not like the job I had, the new job I had. That was a shitty job in the most literal sense. I was working admin for a sewage company, which sounds like really unglamorous, which it is. It is very unglamorous there. But I have worked in very glamorous places before, so I don't really like that. Didn't really attract me anymore. But I tell you what, working at the strip club was better than working at this place. And that's right. I used to work at a strip club, my darlings. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. No, I was not a dancer. I cannot dance. I have no sense of balance there. I instead was a receptionist. And you know what? They were lovely then. They didn't fire me after a week and a half of working with no reasoning. And yeah, I'm just very disappointed. So now I'm trying to find a new job. In the meantime, I'm unemployed. I guess. But I guess, I don't know, I'm just going to tell people I'm a professional YouTuber until I can get a new job. Which, I mean, can I count myself as a professional YouTuber? I'm not sure I can, I don't exactly get paid for this, because, I am well below 1,000 subscribers at the moment. But I don't know, if you want to support me, I guess you could subscribe to my channel. I know this is really cringy to ask people to subscribe to your channel, but my darlings, I am desperate right now. In an ideal world, I wouldn't even have to find a new job. I'd suddenly blow up, get like 10,000 subscribers, and I'd be able to quit my job and just quit working and just do this. I can't exactly quit my job because I don't have one, which is the first time I haven't had one since a while ago, which is depressing, very depressing. But yeah, anyway, I should really be, instead of like talking about my sad lonely existence, I should probably be talking about like this build. So yeah, I mean, there's not much to it. I mean, still stick around because I think it's quite an interesting build anyway, and I was quite proud of how it turned out. But yeah, it's not my usual style of things. I don't like usually going with wide open spaces like this. I like more closed off rooms, like hallways, things like that. You know, but I tried my darn tootinest, and I quite enjoy this build. Yeah, I'm really sorry about the length as well of this video. It is like 30 minutes long. I did try to cut it down, but this is as much as I could cut it down. And you know what? Here we are anyway. Yeah, I really like didn't plan anything out, but like while I'm unemployed, while I am currently jobless, I guess I need to keep myself occupied with something other than, you know, just zhuzhing up my CV and like applying to jobs. So I'm going to be trying to get more YouTube videos out while I've got the time. You never know, this might be my origin story. This might be like the time where suddenly I kick off and you know, I suddenly become popular and I don't even need to find a new job. That would be like ideal. Or better yet, maybe tonight I will win the lottery, in which case I will be moving to, I don't know, Hawaii to live with my granddad, or Cornwall or something. It's lovely in Cornwall. I love Cornwall. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, I tried to use only a few elements. Sorry, no, that's not the word I was looking for. I tried to use only like a few packs for this build, and I did try my hardest to only use you know, base game My Wedding Stories and the new Horse Ranch pack, but I ended up using quite a few different items because I just didn't find the items that I needed for this kind of thing. I still don't know if it even fits in with like where I actually set it. I set it at Palomino Junction, which is you know, where the usual starter ranch, like the cheap one, is. I based it there, so yeah, it's a nice big lot, and I don't know, it just felt like a very romantic area, like the most picturesque scenic, that's the word, scenic part of the town to base it in. So that's what I did. So I tried to like utilize the big windows as well, you know, just not just because it's a barn conversion and like modern barn conversions use a lot of like those big open windows, but also so you could see like more natural sunlight in there and that. And the decor there is also quite modern. It's not like the traditional church style or anything like that you get there. It very much is for like a modern wedding. I don't imagine a religious ceremony being performed here. It's more like probably spiritual or just, you know, regular civil thing like that. I did also I was quite proud of that, so I like to pay attention to little details. I don't have everything in this build that like a regular like wedding venue in real life would have, because to be honest, I could not be bothered with like building kitchens and things like that. You know, I wanted to utilize the space I had more often. But what I did do, which I'll decorate a bit in a minute, is I have, because this is in the past, I made like a little preparation room, like a little styling room, so where like a makeup room or something like that, I think that's the word, where the bride can, you know, get ready for a wedding and do a makeup and things like that and get changed. And now I just thought that was a cute little touch. It has like a lot of like big doors, and it does technically not have any doors in the way between the main entrance, which is the barn doors, which horses can get through, and you know, the wedding area as well. So technically, I guess you could maybe make your horses come through. You'd probably have to delete a few like chairs or something to have your horse at the wedding. But you know, it's a good idea if you want to come to this place and to download this and put this in your builds or whatever. You know, you could just remove a few chairs, and you know, there's a place for your horse to attend your ceremony. I even later on put a place just outside like the you know, the wedding chapel area for like horses to rest and stuff. So you know, that's that. So I tried to, you know, accommodate horses as much as I could in this build, although by, you know, just by sheer design, by like how the world works, I guess, you know, horses don't generally tend to be invited to weddings. I don't think, at least not indoor weddings. If I had to say I have one regret, I do regret not doing like an outdoor area. But in my defense, I have never had any good luck with making both indoor and outdoor wedding areas in my wedding venues. In the wedding venue I did when the Wedding Stories pack came out way back in the day, way back when I was still a wee baby channel, although I am like a toddler channel now, I guess. But yeah, anyway, back in the day, I built a wedding venue that had a lovely interior area to get married, and then went outside and I went to have a wedding in there in my game. And this is back when it's extremely glitched. I mean, My Wedding Stories is still extremely glitched now, don't get me wrong. But yeah, anyway, my I clicked everyone together at the aisle, and I had a massive guest list, and I was really confused because like half my guests seemed to be missing. I thought they just went home or something like that. Anyway, my Sims got married inside. It was all lovely. And mind you, this was in the middle of winter, and then I, like a few hours into like the celebration afterwards, I realized that, wait, there's a notification here. What do you mean this sim is freezing to death? Yeah, anyway, long story short, I go outside, and then a bunch of people were just like sat at this other altar outside in the freezing cold snow, and they just weren't moving for some reason. And then like several sims died, and not gonna lie, I kind of didn't do much to stop it, because I you know, the pack was still new. I didn't even like, I thought weddings stop naturally. I don't think they actually do, you know, which was really annoying. But yeah, you know what I mean. So ignore those barrels sticking out the wall, by the way. I will move them in a minute. So yeah, I kind of watched as several of my Sims family members froze to death in winter while waiting for a wedding ceremony that had already happened inside. And then I kind of felt bad, so those Sims that got married kind of adopted their niece and nephew from one of the brides. It was a lesbian wedding, of course. Yeah, but anyway, adopted the niece and nephew of one of the brides because their parents passed away during the great freezing of 2K22, I think it was. So yeah, anyway, that was my disastrous experience with having a wedding on a lot with multiple altars. In the end, I don't really use wedding venues that much in my game, weirdly enough. I can't be bothered to go through like the whole palaver, you know, of like, you know, everything that goes on with my wedding stories. It's fun when I do want to play like with that, but most of the time I don't. So when my Sims get married, for example, in my legacy challenge, which I'm on, like, I think I'm on Gen 9 now or something like that, Gen 8 or Gen 9, which is insane. I can't believe I'm almost done with like my own personal legacy challenge there. But anyway, most of the time they end up going to Tartosa to get married, but they get married at the what's the word I'm looking for? The civil office thingy. The courthouse, that's the word. They end up just getting married at the courthouse. Although that's been glitching for me recently as well, and they've just not been doing it. So I don't know what's going on with the glitches in this game, to be honest. And I really don't want to know what's going on. I don't like complaining too much about this game because I really do enjoy The Sims 4. And if I didn't, I wouldn't have a channel on playing The Sims 4. I'd probably do it on one of my other video game special interests, namely Pokemon or Zelda, but I don't. I play The Sims 4 because I like The Sims 4. It's a game that I can always go back to because it's a game that always changes, blah blah blah, etc etc. I did use a lot of kit items in this changing room. I do apologise for that, but you know, most of the kit items that I used were clutter, so you know, you're not going to be missing out on anything if you know, if you don't have the kits that you used, you'll just not get the items. It's fine, you can still download this. It's not going to break the game. Yeah, what was I saying? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so my life sucks anyway. So I'm trying to deal with that in the most mature way possible. I did have a breakdown last week as well at home because I couldn't find a makeup sponge. You know when you're autistic and you get stressed, you just start like, you know, the smallest little thing can set it off. And it's not really about like that small little thing that set it off. It wasn't really about the makeup sponge. It was about the stress of like starting a new job and everything like that, you know. But yeah, anyway, I couldn't go to watch the Barbie movie in the end, which was really, really upsetting because I've been looking forward to this movie. And I was going to go with my mom and my sister and my sister's boyfriend's mom, who I've never met before. And I've only met the boyfriend once, even though they're living together and they've been dating for like over a year now, which probably a bit bad of me, but like I just don't like, I don't know, I've never really had the time to meet him, you know. It's not like I can just drive over and say hi. And my sister, she's moved away as well now, so I live in a town in Worcestershire and she has moved to my old university city, Worcester. Yes, I can say both of those names flawlessly. It comes with being raised in Worcestershire, like the sauce, exactly. So she lives in Worcester now anyway, and I still live in my small town in Worcestershire that is also slightly Birmingham. It's very confusing, this area, but it is Worcestershire anyway. It's got Worcestershire in this thing, and I'm not even gonna like tell you where I live, because quite frankly, I don't know, I'm not like popular enough to get doxxed, but also at the same time, you know, it only takes one asshole. So I'd rather not tell anyone where I live. That's why I won't even tell you my last name. My last name to you is a complete mystery, and not really a complete mystery. There are actually hints of what my last name is. Anyway, that was a really weird gap. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, anyway, there are some hints to what my like actual last name is. You can like puzzle it out. It's not like it's a particularly rare last name. It's not the most common last name. I'm not named like Megan Smith or something like that, you know. But my original YouTube name, Simserra. I'm now Simserra because I wanted to add a little spice, so I added the at the end. The at the end, that's it. Anyway, yeah, so my original name, Simserra, is actually a pun on my real last name, which is why when I'm on the internet, you know, usually like when you call a YouTuber by their like handle or whatever, like let's say, I'm trying to think of someone off the top of my head now that you call by their name. Mr. Beast, right? Well, actually, what is Mr. Beast's real name? Anyway, you don't usually call Mr. Beast by his real name, do you? No, actually, that's a really bad example, because Beast is like a last name, because it's got a title in front of it. I'm really trying to think now. Plumbella, right? You tend to call Plumbella as like a first name, you know, like you'd call her Jessie. Miss McNamara, she is an inspiration to me. That's why I'm using her. I love you, Jessie, in a completely platonic and inspirational way. I'm sorry if you're watching this. Why? But yeah. Anyway, so you wouldn't like call Plumbella as a last name, but I consider Simserra. I consider myself as a YouTuber as Meg Simserra, if that makes sense. Not like, I know, sometimes I'm tempted to just change my channel name to Meg Simserra, but like I'm already Simserra, and I don't see the point. I do have that handle saved though, so if you ever do see a YouTube channel called Meg Simserra, that is actually me. Thank you very much. I have saved the name just in case. But yeah, yeah, it's weird. I just consider Simserra as my last name instead of my name, my YouTube name, you know. I'd still, if we met in real life, I don't mind you calling me Simserra. It's nice, it feels formal. You know, call me something formal. Actually call me Miss Simserra if you're calling me anything. Thank you very much. No, it's weird. Just call me Meg. I'm Meg, okay? Not Meg Griffin, not Meg the movie, not Meg 2 the movie, not M3 Gan or whatever, you know, the other horror movie. Why is it that there's just an abundance of horror movies named after me? Like, you know, well, does Meg count as a horror movie? I've never seen it because I don't like thrillers. Is it just a thriller? Is it a horror? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, there's just a habit. I don't know. Is there something scary about the name Megan now? It's like Megan, because like to me, Megan is a Welsh name, right? So in England we just consider it a Welsh name. But as someone who's chronically online and especially chronically Americanized, I guess you could say, you know, like Megan, that doesn't sound like a horror name. That sounds like a bitchy girl name. Like, oh my god, Megan. You know, Megan, I have hemorrhoids, you know, that kind of thing. So it's really weird that it's a horror movie, but I guess you could say that like bitchy teenage girls are actually kind of terrifying. You know, I wouldn't want to face a bitchy teenage girl. I don't know about you. Hi, chicken, are you alright there? Boris hasn't snuck in again. Oh my god, let me tell you about Boris, right? Boris is my neighbour's cat. They live upstairs. They're moving out soon, R.I.P. But yeah, anyway, Boris is my neighbour's cat. He was a kitten, and he is still technically an adolescent kitten, but he is very grown now. And they live upstairs. So, you know, he doesn't really get to go out much. They take him on walkies, but I guess that's not enough. Hey, baby, hey, my chicken boy. Anyway, so he's recently become quite the escape artist. They have 2 balconies, right? We only have 1 patio, but you know, that's not their fault. That's because they didn't install the back door like they said they were going to. So now we don't have a back door in our flat. That's fine. We don't need a garden. Anyway, so Boris is the cutest little ginger kitten, but he's also a bit of a dick. So he has been known to escape, especially into my upstairs neighbour's flat, to the point where, as an apology, in the end, my upstairs neighbours had to buy their upstairs neighbours. This is very confusing, but yeah, they had to buy their upstairs neighbours a cat as an apology. So they've just gotten like an apology cat. Yeah, because he just kept on sneaking into their house, their flat. Sorry, I shouldn't say house. I like to make myself sound richer than I am, but I live in a flat because I'm poor. Thank you very much. Especially now that I don't have a job. I don't know if I told you this, but I don't have a job now. Yeah. Anyway, so he has a habit of also breaking into my flat, but because, especially for the last week or so, I was not working from home anymore. It might have taken a while for us to notice that sweet little Boris the ginger kitten had broken in. So I came home from work one day and there's just a cat on my mum's bed. I almost said my cat's bed. It is practically my cat's chicken bed. He holds reign on that Super King bed. No other cats go on there when he's on there. I don't know how it happens because they also hate chicken, my cats do, for some reason. So he's usually the underdog, but you know, they respect his boundaries. They respect that this is his bed, right? But yeah, anyway, so I walk in, I go to say hi to him. And Chicken's looking at me with like a stressed out, like scared face. And I look over and there's Boris on my mum's bed, just chilling, as you do. And I'm like, what the heck? So I text my mum first. I probably shouldn't have texted this. But I said to her, someone's broken into the flat while I was at work. And I just left it at that. And I picked up Boris and I took him upstairs because I do that all the time, right? And my mom calls me about half an hour later, like, what do you mean someone's broken into the house? What do you mean? I went, well, it's this ginger git, right? And she went, fuck off, Megan, and hung up. So yeah, that's the story of how me and this cat gave my mum a heart attack. But yeah, anyway, he broke in again tonight. Yeah, he did. He broke in again just as I was about to start recording this video. Actually, I'm just like chilling out as you do, and I heard like a meow. He is a very loud cat. You can hear him any hours of the day yelling upstairs, and that's fine. I like cats. I like the noises cats make. They're very vocal, and that makes me very happy. My cats aren't so vocal, which makes me very sad. Except for Luna, who yells like a bitch, especially when you're slapping her ass. She loves to have her ass slapped. Don't ask me about this. But yeah, anyway, so I go to do what I usually do, pick him up. But this time Boris has decided he does not like me anymore, right? So he decides to slip out my arms, jump back out the window, because that's how he's breaking in, right? We leave a window open for my cats to jump through, because again, we don't have a door out back, and they're small windows, so there's no way someone's going to like jump through to get into the flat anyway, and there's no way down because there's like walls and stuff at the back anyway. So he runs out and he runs out to the path, and as far as I know, he is still missing, right? This cat might never be found again. I hope not. I hope he returns home. He's probably gonna, I've told my neighbours I'd keep an eye out for him, because of course I snitched on him. I snitched on Boris, the breaking and entering guy. I don't know, I was about to call him a name, but then the robber, Boris the robber, I don't know. Talk about our ex-prime minister. Yeah, so that's the story of Boris, the annoying, crazy ginger cat who I secretly hold the deepest of affections for, and also the deepest. He causes me the deepest of stress, because yeah, that's what he does. But they're moving out soon, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna miss the little bugger. Even though, you know, he keeps on breaking into my house, and my cats are very particular, right? My cats are a family. Louie and Luna, my oldest cats, they're 10 years old. They are litter mates, right? Chicken is Luna's son, who she actually is the meanest towards. She does not like Chicken at all, which is a tragedy. I'm sorry, Chicken, you deserve to be loved by your mother, but alas, you are not. But yeah, so they've obviously, they know each other. They've known each other, well, Louie and Luna have known each other their whole lives, and Chicken has known them his whole life, you know, and they've known him his whole life. You know, if that makes sense to you, I don't know if it makes sense or not, to be honest. I really don't know, darlings. I really don't know. But yeah, so of course they're looking at me in betrayal, thinking, why are you letting a stranger into our house? This is not our cat. But also because he's still a kitten, they kind of take care of him. It's really weird. But yeah, anyway, so I'm actually kind of insulted that they have not offered to buy us a cat, probably because my mom would be vehemently against it. But she doesn't have to know, right? She's got a new job. What she does in her job at the moment is she's a regional manager, so she goes to all sorts of places all the time, traveling. She's barely home for these cats. I'm primary caretaker of these kitty cats now. So what she doesn't, I could hide a cat from her when she's home. I so could hide a cat from her. She doesn't have to know that we have another cat. I don't know, I just really like cats. I'm really sorry. This whole video, I thought this video was going to be me complaining about me being fired from my job unjustly, but instead this is me talking about cats for the entire time, and honestly I think that's an improvement to what I originally planned, you know? I've been talking for like half an hour, my mouth is so dry. But like I'm almost over with this recording, so I really like can't be asked to like, you know, go get a drink or whatever. Like we're gonna suffer this out, right? We're gonna sort this out. Yeah, anyway, so oh my god, as you can see, we are kind of coming like up towards the end of the video, I guess. I'm finally doing all the outside stuff. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I don't know how, I never really talk too much about the builds in my speed build videos, but that's because I don't really need to. I mean, did you see the latticing I did, like above like the little outdoor dining area thing? I was kind of proud of that latticing, okay, and I tried also so many different combinations that I cut out because they just weren't not working, or they were working, but like it was taking forever to like, you know, stamp out like the floor tiles in between. It really does annoy me that I can't change the ceiling underneath those fences though, so like you're just stuck with the grey at the bottom still. You know, it's kind of disappointing really, but it's fine. But yeah, this is my build, I guess. Yay. But yeah, anyway, I am going to stop closing off there. There is a few more minutes of building footage left, but who said that I had to keep going, you know? If you want to download the completed build, it will be up on the gallery. Just find me at, I think it's Simserra, on the gallery. If you want to follow me on Twitter, feel free to do so. It is Simserra_, because Simserra just on its own was taken by someone Spanish who, you know, it was kind of like a combination of their names or whatever. I am going to talk about this bit of fencing first. Actually, I almost forgot about that. This is from Get to Work, and I usually use it like to when I have like open plan living room kitchen. I usually use that to like border off the tile in between, but I don't know, I thought it looked good there anyway. But yeah, if you want to download the build and in its finished glory, feel free to find it on the gallery at Simserra. I'll upload it probably soon, maybe after this video is uploaded. It might take a couple of days, but just keep checking if you're really desperate, you know, just keep checking. It's just when I'm going to be next in my game, because I still haven't uploaded it with the new patch, which is, you know, great, whatever. Hopefully my Sims can eat, that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, anyway, I am going to let you go here, my darlings. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of this video. I will ask one more time because I am desperate. Please do, if you liked this video, please do consider leaving a like, and also I would beg of you to please subscribe to my channel. I am not even at 500 subscribers yet, but I don't earn any money from these videos at the moment, which is fine, whatever. I enjoy making these videos, and have been doing it for so long if I didn't enjoy making these videos. But I would really love to make YouTube partnerships soon, because I don't have a source of income at the moment, you know, and it's going to be pennies. It's pennies for like every 1,000 views or whatever, but every little helps, as they say. That's as to price. If you don't understand, that's, I don't know, did Walmart do the same thing? Because Walmart and Asda are basically the same thing. Did Walmart do the same advertising campaign? Who knows? But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna leave the video here, my darlings. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye.